Good morning, buddy. How you guys doing? Well, I got done watching the Timcast with Tim Pool, and he had Lukowski from We Are Change, and they're talking about a journalist or journalists um, wondering if they're wanting him to sue CNN for slander. Now, um, Joe Rogan had Sanjay Gupta, I guess, a few days ago, and he was talking about how CNN lied. I think that Joe Rogan announced this year that he had COVID, and he went through a treatment, and he also took ivermectin, um, which is a Nobel Peace Prize award-winning medication and study, and it was used over the years to battle malaria and other diseases, and so CNN did a alleged story on him, and what's really messed up is that they use a filter to do a before and after, and the filter made it look more sicker than he was compared to a picture that they didn't put a filter on, but Sanjay Gupta went on the Joe Rogan podcast, and they were talking about him going through a treatment, and as well as taking ivermectin, which was basically started out as a human-based medication that can be used on animals. They used was it Paxil or some kind of mental antidepressant medication on goats and shit like that, from what a guy was saying on the podcast. I mean, you can use human-based medication on animals, and but it doesn't mean that the Rogan used a horse dewormer, which you can use ivermectin on animals, and from what I've read, just kind of get information there, just kind of get a little heads up, knowledge-wise. And it's very interesting. It is really interesting on how all this. Just getting a good read. Getting a good read. Also some input. Kind of. You want to get some information, and and do some research, kind of get some information, but CNN doubled down, and because Joe Rogan said, "Hey, look, CNN lied about him, you know, for allegedly taking horse dewormer, which ivermectin is not a animal-only medication. Ivermectin, again, has been used to battle malaria and other diseases overseas. Now, at some point, I got done watching the Tim cast, and he had Luke Dowski. He had, what was it? Let me look here. Let's see. Title was, should Joe Rogan sue? It was a journalist that wanted Joe Rogan to sue CNN. And for slander, but because of that Covington kid, he sued CNN for slander because we all remember that he didn't say anything, and the media, including CNN, really put this kid under the bus. And he didn't even say a word to anybody. He just kept quiet. I mean, a smirk doesn't mean anything, But they went after him because he wore a Make America Great Again hat. It's a hat. It's a hat, But he sued CNN because they refused to retract the story that they made up. Okay, the kid didn't say anything to the guy that sent in the drum. Didn't say not one word. Not one word. So here you got Don Lemon still tripling down, on that Joe Rogan did allegedly took horse dewormer. Now, I was talking to a guy on stereo, on a serial broadcast. And I was talking about that, what I'll do here in a bit, in a little bit, but there are so many false information, even from the media, okay, and even from Dr. Fauci, man. The guy, he was found out that he was involved in the funding of some research and shit, funded, but I don't know. I mean, this year has been really crazy. 2020 was freaking crazy. Now, I mean, like, really freaking crazy. Dave Chappelle. He had a show called The Closer, which did pretty good. And there was this alleged walkout, which not a lot of people walked out. And it was insane. Like, the person that supposedly led the walkout got exposed for tweets that she put out. And now, here's some advice. If you get your feelings hurt, allegedly have your feelings hurt, and allegedly accuse Dave Chappelle of trashing the trans community or the LGBT community, make sure that you ain't got tweets you've done over the last few years that were racist and shit and misogynist and shit. Before you do that, make sure your tweets have anything to do with race and homophobic shit, because you will get called out. You will get exposed, because people will look at you and look into your past, even your past social media, because what you put on social media is archived. It's archived. Good luck removing it. Because even if you don't say anything stupid, but even if you post anything that has nothing to do with race, orientation, you name it, somehow people at Twitter would find it, in their words, offensive, hate speech, and so on and so forth, and they will remove it because somebody's soft, SAWFT, soft. Now, I would say we all need to be careful of what you post on social media. Okay. Now, for example, now we all saw Joy Behar of The View show a picture of herself back in the 70s wearing blackface. Now, when Don Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle was on The View, and Don Jr. called out Joy Behar for the picture she posted on the show a couple of years prior, Whoopi Goldberg defended her by saying, no, she did not. Now, again, the internet is a huge archive. Now, before you say anything, just remember, if you put it on TV, people are going to record it and put it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Name it. It's archived. Good luck removing it. Now, there was a big backlash over that because The View got a big backlash because Joy Behar did show a picture of herself back in the 70s wearing blackface and wore a black wig, and she did it to herself. She put herself in that spot, and once you put yourself in that spot, there's no way of getting out from under that. Okay. But when Don Jr. called her out on it, Whoopi Goldberg should have just kept quiet, because she knew. She should have known that if she said anything, she would get a huge, big backlash. Unfortunately, she did. Now, like that governor in the South, he had like somebody found a yearbook with him dressing as a Klan. I don't know if it was a Klansman or wearing a blackface. I don't know which one it was. But this was a college yearbook, and they tried to get him to resign. Didn't do it. Now, if I did that, I would get so much crap from people. I would get the biggest backlash of my life. People call me out. People would send me death threats, all this other shit, And I would get ridiculed even by my family, man. Like, dude, even my son, dude. And sometimes you have to be careful what you do or what you say, because now these days, people got phones now, and the phones have cameras. They take a picture, but they can also take a video. People do videos of these now. So we all gotta be careful what we do and what we say, because these here can really haunt us for a very, very long time. So now, CNN, Don Lemon got called a stupid motherfucker. Okay? Here's a guy so freaking biased, man. So freaking biased. He hosted a panel when Donald Trump was president. And they talk about how much it costs to send the first family, how much the travel costs of the first family. And I'm sitting here like, who cares? Every president traveled to, the president and the first family travels, but you didn't see the story on any news. You didn't hear it under Obama, Bush, Clinton, Reagan, Carter, Ford. You didn't hear the story on any news over the last century, man. You didn't hear how much did it cost for President Grant to travel. How much did it cost for President Wilson to travel? So, it makes sense. It shouldn't really matter how much it costs for the president and his family to travel. You should ask how much it costs for the Obama family to travel while they're in the White House. You should ask. They should ask how much it costs for the Bush administration family to travel. It's a story that should not even be. It's not a story. It's not a story at all, because they're trying to make a story out of something that's not really even worth of making a story out of. Um, so, again, the internet is a huge archive, man. Huge archive. Anything that's uploaded to YouTube, posted on Facebook, tweeted on Twitter, it is archived. It is archived, and it is insane. It is really insane. Honestly, it is, because when you hear a story about somebody and the person admits to them having, say, for example, somebody has the flu and they use a experimental medication to battle the flu, and it was not approved by the FDA. Because, I mean, look at hydrochloroquine. It's up there with ivermectin. It'll do the same job. But of course, it was banned. Of course, it was banned. Not approved by the FDA at all. But after Joe Rogan announced this year that he had COVID, now he also said on his podcast that he took some kind of therapy, as well as the ivermectin, and the next day he was in the gym working out 6 hours, pumping iron, just working out, and there is a lot of questions on why did CNN lie, why they doubled down, why they tripled down. Because it's about money. It's about money. It's about the shareholders. It's about money. And the shareholders have a lot of power, and say. A lot of people don't know this, but the shareholders have a lot of leaning. And even if you want the media to tell the truth, they're not going to do it, because the media is owned by corporations and the question is, should Joe Rogan sue CNN for slander? Yeah, I think they should. Because, when a network lies about you, instead of doing a story on Russia or China or whatnot, that's based on national security, they shouldn't worry about Joe Rogan, because, of course, they're going to quadruple down again. Probably, I don't know. But I do think that he should sue to have CNN retract the alleged fake story, because when a network like CNN does this shit, it makes them even more worse. Even worse. Now, The View Friday did this talk on Joe Rogan, and nobody heard this on Joe Rogan. Oh, bad guy. He's this. He's that. But the thing is, they'll use that on anybody who doesn't follow the government narrative here. and also the narrative of Dr. Fauci and shit. Because he didn't take the shot. She goes, Joe Rogan's this, he's racist, sexist, all that other shit. Now, where did the racist come from? Where did the homophobic thing come from? No. And what it is that the ladies of the View will say anything to get the audience to applaud. But that there would be very bad. One of them said, we kind of need to watch how we do this. All we're doing is saying stupid shit to appease our audience, not other base, which is bad, But you have Jimmy Fallon, you have that Rebecca Bear guy, the night guys, I mean, you didn't see Jay Leno and David Letterman get political. They never did. They never did. But now you got the night talk show host, and you got the morning talk show host getting political. And it has gotten pretty bad, and they didn't do this even before Trump became president. They love having him on our show. They love, and the thing is, when he ran, that's when they turned their back on him. And that's when they started blaming everything on the guy, and start throwing out terms. Oh, he's racist, sexist, xenophobe, homophobe, all this shit, because Hillary said it. They're all saying what she's saying. And they're still saying it. Yeah, they're still saying it. Because they're angry because he was fucking up their game. And he was a smart business guy. Smart business guy. And he was quick-witted, very quick-witted. Entertaining, by the way. But he knew how to get the job done. But here you got Joe Biden, who's a cognitive son of a bitch, did y'all see him standing there like this? He looked like an aging Cornholio. Just stood there. And the guy is in his 80s, man. Right? The guy is almost in his 80s. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good, we all gotta take a step back. Take a step back and realize how fucked up we became. I mean, we become the worst country in the world, man. Like we're up there badly, dude. I tell you what, we wouldn't have high gas prices, man, if Trump was re-elected. Shit, we wouldn't have. I mean, things are getting expensive now these days. Gas, food, everything's getting higher because of this old fucker, And it's, I mean, gas almost at $7 a gallon, man. Think, gas here in California, almost $7 a gallon. In North Carolina, it's $3.40-something cents a gallon. $3.40-something a gallon. Well, here in California, it's almost $7 a gallon. That's fucking high, man. Here in California, dude. I mean, shit. I mean, you gotta really pay attention, folks, because I tell you what, it is getting really bad, man. And some of you guys don't realize this shit. It's getting fucking bad, man. Very, very bad. I think that CNN should retract half the shit that they've said, But they won't do it because they ain't got the balls to do it. Like, one of the bell members called out on Lemon and says, "Don, this is fake news." And it is fake news. Half the time. This year alone, we're told, you ain't gotta wear a mask. You gotta wear a mask. Get your shot, but still wear a mask. Makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense here, folks. I mean, you wear a mask when you go shopping, when you go to a doctor's appointment, when you do errands. I'm like, dude. I mean, freaking A, dude. I mean, you get the shot, you get the second one and a booster, but yet you still gotta wear a mask. Really? You gotta wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Get your shot, but wear a mask. Oh, man. This is... all this is literally freaking nuts. Nuts. And I'm sitting here just thinking, someone catches COVID. After a while, they get better. Then they get the shot. After they had COVID, then they get the second shot and the booster. Then compared to someone that never had COVID or was tested but tested negative, and still got to get the first shot, second shot, and the booster. I never got the shot or the booster. Never gotten tested. I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm quarantining myself. I wear a mask wherever I go. I go shopping. I gotta wear a mask. I go to my doctor's appointment. I gotta wear a mask. Right? Gotta wear a mask. I run errands. I wear a mask. I go pay my bills. I gotta wear a mask. I've been doing that for 2 years. Joe Rogan should sue CNN. I think he should. Because if CNN is willing to lie not once, not twice, but 3 times about Joe Rogan, and even use a filter to make him look more sicker than he was when they did a side-by-side photo, before and after thing. And that's what they're doing. Is called misinformation. Now, I had a video taken down because the content, in the terms of YouTube, is violated the American misinformation policy. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm like, my brain's rattling like what the hell? I appealed the video because my video was not giving out any kind of medical information. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to be either. I was just talking about what was on the news, what was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and from what I read and researched, because I want information. Like everybody else, I want information. So I was talking about what I was reading on the research that I did. I even read about ivermectin on my phone. I binged it. But even I'm reading from my phone, I'm reading about ivermectin and what it's used for, and it still gets taken down as medical misinformation policy violation. There was no information. Again, I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist. I was merely reading about ivermectin and what it's used for. That's all I was doing. But yet, YouTube says, we think. The term, we think. This is their excuse of now. For example, I did a video, what was it, last year or so, and I was talking about the video was done years ago, and I was talking about crushes actors. Now, the video was done 6 years ago. 6 years ago, okay? Now, they said the reason they took it down This is their word. Hate speech. So, talking about crisis actors is a violation of YouTube's hate speech policy. And I wasn't even talking about anything that refers to hate speech or pretending to hate speech. That term, in their own way. But YouTube will remove your video for any stupid, lame reason. That's like me questioning the shooting in high school in Florida back in 2018. First video. And the reason they removed it and got a strike was it was harassing, threatening, blah, blah, blah. And I was merely questioning, but where was the threatening? Where was the stalking? Where was the harassing? If somebody is questioning, asking questions. So, asking questions is considered harassing, stalking, threatening. Really? So, that video was taken down and had a strike. Couldn't do shit for 90 days. 3 months. So July 3rd, 2018, I got an email. Boom! Another strike. 3 months, I couldn't upload. And again, I was merely asking questions, questioning. But I was questioning David Hogg's bullshit. No. And like the first one, it was taken down. I got a strike, and the reason is harassing, threatening, stalking. You know, it's always funny that how they claim your video was this, but not this. Over here, it's hate speech, or it's harassing, stalking, threatening. Then, same thing. Now, if you do a content where you're questioning things, they don't like it when you're questioning anything. Okay? For example, again, the first video. Now, a lot of things were said. Okay, I asked questions while doing a vlog here about it. But when it came to the point where the shooter's younger brother, at the time he was 18 years old at the time, the report was the FBI arrested the shooter's brother, 18 years old, and when they arrested him, they said he had a gun on him. Now, my question was on that. When the FBI arrested the brother of Nick Cruz, did the brother already have a gun on him, or did the FBI plant one on him just to arrest him, claiming that, just to claim that he had a gun on him? That was my one question there. But somehow YouTube removed it, got a strike. For what reason? Again, it was harassing, threatening, whatever, which never was. So in their little warped minds, questioning means harassing, threatening, stalking. Which in which there was nothing even matching of what I was talking about, what I was questioning, And like the video on crisis actors, hate speech. I told a buddy of mine, Tin Man, this, and he laughed about it. It was funny, but still, YouTube, you motherfuckers should have watched the video from beginning to end. Pay the fuck attention. Okay? Don't jump the gun, jump the shark, or even jump the Grand Canyon without a parachute. Watch my videos from beginning to end. Pay the fuck attention. Okay? But yet, it's anybody who questions gets pissed off because people are questioning that goes against their narrative and their agenda. Now, I'm going to question everything and everybody because if something doesn't add up right, we should have the right to question that. And if somebody has a problem with that, we got 3 words to tell them for them. Go fuck yourself. Even my viewer here has the right to question this shit. What the fuck? I got another question. What happened to the political Avenger? Where is she at? Where is the political Avenger? I mean, she usually does a video about once a day or twice a day, and she'll have her cup of coffee every morning, and I guess that they removed her off of YouTube. She hasn't done anything on her Telegram, and I think the last time was, I would probably say, I think the last time was October 29th, 2019. That's the last time she, it's been inactive for the last 5 months. Since October, since October 29th of 2019. That was the last time. Social political commentary, advocate for free speech. That was the last time. And so, okay, They just got done with the appeal that I sent out. We have reviewed your appeal for the following content. We reviewed your content carefully and confirmed that it violates our medical misinformation policy. We know that probably. I just wanted news. They said we won't put the content back on YouTube. If your appeal was for a warning, you will not be given another warning in the future. That is yeah, I mean, it's kind of chicken shit, that they just, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. But again, where is the political avenger? Where's she at? Please come back, my friend. I think it'd be kind of nice to see her again, to do her videos. So I guess YouTube took her off, suspended her account. So I'm gonna right now. I want to see about. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, where's she at? Okay, she's doing the Political Avenger Tech. Okay, you should check her out on Odyssey.com, ODYSEE.com. Her content is channel's called Political Avenger Tech, and check her out. She's changed a little bit. She has no. Okay, she's back. Yeah, she's back. So. Okay. She's right. It's Political Avenger. Okay, she's doing the Political Avenger Tech. Okay, that's her new channel. So check her out. Subscribe to her channel. She's glad to see her again. She's good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll leave here and play this video and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell for notification. Comment below, and always live healthy, happy. I love you guys. And I'll see you all in the next video. If you've got this transmission, you are the resistance. I'm Mr. Grimlock. I'm Grim. Come in Grim. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.